Hello and welcome. Hey everyone, welcome to one more new video. And this video gonna be unique because this talks about the one thing that you really need into your business and you really need it online. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about 10 online businesses that you could start from day to day onwards. And this would be updated list. This would not be something that we have already covered before. Yeah, this is like going according to the things that are bit reliant in 2020, in the second half of 2020 and in the first half of 2021. Okay, after the impact of COVID, things that you could do, things that you could grow, and the businesses that you could do online after COVID. So we'll be going through all of this. Before going ahead, if you're looking for a course that would help you to transform your career into digital marketing and help you get clients on demand, you surely have to check out Agency Growth Secret. Link is in the description. Go ahead, enroll now, and you'll get assistance from our team and me personally. Okay, just check out the homepage to have a look over. So let me share my screen and show you everything that you could do. Okay, so I click here, and this is the screen. That's right now a completely blank screen because I'll be helping you understand each and everything while going through the topic. Okay, so 10 online business that you could do online, and I would not go just randomly. The businesses that I am doing today, first I'll talk about them, and then what is your best alternative to do the same. Okay, so first of all, what am I doing? Okay, my first business is agency. Okay, now what is an agency? So agency is basically a simple term where you actually try to help someone give a service. You are an expert into doing that stuff, you help other people to do the same. That's called as an agency. For example, let me give you an example as well. If I am good at Facebook ads, I'll help other people to grow with Facebook ads. That becomes an Facebook ads agency. If I'm good at doing X thing and I help other people to do the Y thing, it's called as agency. Okay, in agency, if you're looking actually for an agency course, if you want to get more clients with your agency services, you could check out the link devratsingh.com/ags, and you'll get the link to my course which is on agency development. So the first thing that you could do, and that's right now in demand, is agency, because there would be some reasons why agency is demand. Because of businesses going online. Okay, businesses going online, things that have been in the past which were offline are now going online. Okay, so as the businesses are going online, people more need agency. Okay, for example, local businesses need agency. Okay, now there are a lot of type of agencies we could talk. So local businesses simply means people who were there into your surrounding, into your area. The businesses that you see like restaurants, dentists, and businesses like this, these businesses are going online, and you could help this business to grow by offering your service. Okay, let's move to the next thing. So this is business number one. Okay, agency, and I actually have a agency. So this is something that I'm already doing. I'm just not sharing with you guys. I already am doing this thing. So that's the major reason I am recommending you to do this. Let's move to the second thing. Right now, e-com is on boom. Okay, e-commerce, again, there is e-commerce. You could say like there is called as e-commerce and there is drop shipping. Okay, now for the people who don't know, there is a difference between e-commerce, okay, and there is a difference between drop shipping. Okay, so initially, like 2 years back, drop shipping was in boom, but right now e-commerce is in boom. Now what is e-commerce and what is drop shipping? E-commerce is where you own a product. Okay, you own a product, plus you control the inventory. I'll tell you what's inventory, so don't worry for that. If you're just getting bombarded by these hard words, I'll just tell you what is inventory. So you own a product, you own an inventory. Okay, and plus you do marketing as well. Okay, so like everything is being done by you only. Now, I am sorry for my bad handwriting. Okay, but this is where I'm sharing my knowledge. Okay, So you own a product, you own an inventory, and you do the marketing as well. So this is called as traditional e-commerce. For example, you come up with, let me just pick one product beside me. So I come up with this sanitizer. Okay, this is a sanitizer that I have just beside me. So I come up with a product idea of manufacturing sanitizer with my own brand name and with doing things like that. So what I'll do is I'll try to do marketing. I'll get the product made. I'll control the inventory. Inventory is simple. Inventory is the hoarding. Like, you put a product somewhere, you save the product somewhere. So inventory is that, like, you actually control all the distribution, the supply, and everything, like product creation, product marketing, and shipping, all those things. So this is called as inventory. It is called as e-commerce model. While drop shipping is simply, okay, you don't own any product, you don't have an inventory. Okay, you have a seller. Okay, seller gives and the seller, you place an order of the seller to a customer. Okay, basically you work as a mediator. Okay, and the only task that you have to do is marketing. Okay, now drop shipping was in boom 2 years back, or I would say 1 year back also. It was in a very big boom. But right now, as Chinese sellers, as because of a lot of trade restrictions, the Chinese sellers are being not able to ship the shipments throughout the globally, and there have been a lot of issues coming right now in the drop shipping industry. So people are highly constrained. Like, people are highly going around for uh, marketing of their own. Now there is one more boom that I am seeing right now, just at this point of time, is Indian e-commerce. Okay, Indian e-commerce, this is actually a boom right now, because you could get your products from your sellers in China, because we are very close to China. You could get products from China. Now I'm not promoting selling of Chinese product, because again, it hampers the Indian economy. Okay, I am a nationalist person. It hampers the Indian economy. And but let's talk from the business perspective. Indian e-commerce is right now booming, especially after the lockdown. People are buying a lot of things online. The traditional Indian customers, like how they used to buy, has completely changed. The one thing which is really reliant in Indian market is COD, which is cash on delivery. If you want to be, and if you want to do the business in India, you have to rely on COD, which is cash on delivery. This is not what you will see in the other developed countries, but in India it's going on. The product percentage, the product profit margin. Now, I know a lot of people into this business. So the product profit margin is in between 15% to 45%. The 45% is like the best and best of all. But yeah, it ranges in between 15% to 45%. This is the profit margin for Indian e-commerce business. It's also a booming thing right now. Where to learn, how to learn is something that I cannot tell you, because it's more of a like a trial and error game. You could see how the international e-commerce is being done, and try. The one thing which is just different between international e-commerce and the Indian e-commerce is, in India there would be a lot of COD. The profit margins would be less. The order volume would definitely be high, and be ready to handle all the management part. Okay, inventory management and all these things. You have to give a lot of calls to the end person to get the inventory done. So this is second. Okay, now third is also the freelancing economy is booming. Okay, now what is a freelancing economy? Okay, a very good friend of mine, Gaurav Gurbakshani, says gig economy. So what is freelancing? Okay, freelancing is where, if you have just lost your job, if you have just lost your business, or if you are a student who just trying to work on something or the other, definitely you should consider doing freelancing work. The reason for that, the reason for suggesting you doing freelancing work is, you are not under any control of circumstances. Okay, what does that really mean? You could pick your own hours. Okay, you could pick your own hours. You could grow the way you want, and there are a lot of platforms that support freelancing. For example, there are platforms like Fiverr. Upwork, uh, freelance. Hey, welcome people. So the third type of business that I really want to suggest you is freelancing. What's freelancing? Basically, after this COVID lockdown, a lot of you have lost your job. A lot of you have lost your business. Okay. And if you're a student, maybe now you are just looking for one more way to make more money. So definitely you should do consider doing freelancing. Freelancing is where you are not abided to work with anyone. Like you don't have like that I need to work with you or I don't need to work with you at all. Okay, it's basically when you like to work, you work. That's simply how freelancing businesses work. There are these platforms which you could always use, and you could be a part of: Fiverr.com, Upwork.com, Freelancer.com, Guru.com. These are some of the websites that you could do consider checking out if you want to become good at freelancing. In freelancing, you could do multiple services like social media management, social media management, email marketing, things like that. Okay, a lot of things are included. A lot of things are included. So you could do things like that while you're doing. So freelancing is just a way of life. Maybe I'll say a way of doing business. Inside that, there are a lot of services that end of the day you could offer to your end customer. Okay. Next, moving ahead, this was business number three. Let's go to business number four. Have you heard about copywriting? Okay, have you heard about copywriting? Okay, copywriting, if you're good in English now, I am good at English, I think like that, but I'm not sure with it. And I have created copies that actually have driven a lot of visitors and a lot of sales. So what should you consider while going for a copywriting? So copywriting is where you help people to do you help people to do their daily creation, like basically create copies for their landing pages. Now there would be people like, David, what are you talking, what is a landing page, what is copies? Okay, so let me give you an example. So I go here and I go right here, devrasingh.com/ags. Okay, this is like one of my landing page. Okay, get high paying international client for your service on demand in less than 30 days. The most comprehensive training to start a digital agency in India, working with global clients. So now if you see here, a lot of things are written on this page. Writing these things is called as copywriting. Okay, like writing the right things on landing pages like this is called as copywriting. So you help people, you help businesses and other people to write copies that convert. Okay, you help other people to write copies that really convert, and that's what is a task of a copywriting guy. Okay, so this is what you have to learn, this is what you have to do. Copywriting would always be a in demand skill, no matter what happens, no matter दुनिया कहाँ से कहाँ चली जाए, it would always be in demand. Okay, so copywriting is a service that you should consider right now. Okay, so how can you learn copywriting? So when I write here copywriting, there are some books that I would like to recommend you. One is a very famous book named as Copywriting Secrets. Okay, so how, like, there are various ways you could learn. Okay, so first I could say you could learn copywriting from a lot of books. Okay, books by David Ogilvy. I have a book with the name Cashvertising. So you could look a lot of books. David Ogilvy is a guy, and you could read a lot of books, and when you read some great books, you learn the ethics, the morals of copywriting. Okay, with that being said, with books you also need to watch a lot of YouTube videos if possible, because uh, when you're watching something, you grasp a lot of knowledge. So you could go on YouTube, and maybe I'll be posting a lot of videos in future for you to help understand how to do this business. Okay, YouTube videos. So definitely you should watch a lot of books, and end of the day the main thing is practice. Okay, practice letters. Okay, practicing, which means that you start writing a lot of copies. Okay, you start writing a lot of copies. There are rules which is called as ida rule. Okay, you have to learn out this ida rule. Okay, so which is attention, interest, desire, and acquisition, something like that. I'm not clear about the last eight, but I'm clear about the three. Okay, so it is, I think so, attention, interest, desired, action. That's the the ida rule. So you have to learn all this rule, and copywriting is a really big business. Okay, the next thing is the fifth business that I can suggest you is content creator. Now, content creator is basically a in-demand skill. And now you'll be asking, like, David, what is a content creator? A content creator is a person, okay, who creates videos. Okay, a content creator is a person who create videos. Okay, who creates social media post or something like that. Social post. Okay, maybe also a social media influencer would be uh, creating blogs, something like that. So we are like talking about a content creator in general. A content creator is someone who creates content. Content can be in different forms. Like for example, when I'm recording this video, I'm creating a video content. But if my team members have a look over this video, they could use some tools and they could create out of this video content, they could create a image based, like a complete blog out of this one session that I'm doing. Okay, so what do we want to bring in the notice is you could be a content creator and you could create content in the way you want on the platform you want. It's not limited to a platform, it's not limited to like a way of creating content. It's like you could create content on a lot of platforms. So you could be a content creator, like you could be a content creator on YouTube. You have a channel, you create your content on YouTube, but simultaneously you also have a blog. You have your own blog where you could put out the content. Also, with that being said, you also keep on updating your things on Instagram. You build your following on Instagram, you build your following on Facebook. Okay, so this is what simply a content creator means. A content creator is someone who actually creates content on different platforms. It could be YouTube, it could be Instagram, it could be Facebook. I want to give you some big names that I take inspiration from when it comes to creating content. If you are in marketing, have a look over Russell Brunson. If you are in sales, have a look over Dan Lok. If you are creating some lifestyle based, knowledge based content, have a look over Nash Daily. If you're creating, yeah, similarly for you could also have a look over Project Nightfall. So these are some content creators. If you love about cars, okay, so there's a girl named as Blondie Beauty. You could follow her on Facebook. There are a lot of content creator that you could always follow. And yes, content creation would be in demand. And after this lockdown, during this COVID period, and maybe after that, a lot of time people would not like going outside and they'll prefer their phone, their physical devices like their mobile phone and other stuff a lot for consuming the content. The next thing is a web developer. If you already have a knowledge, if you already have a knowledge, this is a in-demand skill. Okay, a in-demand skill. Why am I saying? Because now a lot of businesses are going online, and when they are going online, they need someone to develop their website. They need someone to develop their landing pages. They need someone to develop softwares. I am not a development guy, so I don't have a lot of idea about what are the multiple like coding languages. But something that I know is this is my cursor just moved in the wrong direction. Okay, so a web developer, maybe like if I want to just bring it out in one simple go or one simple picture, web developer can be someone who has a lot of knowledge when it comes to coding and all. So so the simplest and the best way that as of now, if you want to start going with web development, is start working on WordPress site. Now WordPress is really simple and it is actually in demand. So WordPress sites are really simple site and you could work on WordPress as in WordPress developer. something that's more right now in demand is AWS support guys, AWS expert. Okay, AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. So people who are an expert in offering this type of services are really in demand these days. Okay, so content creator, sorry. So this is the sixth service that we are just talking about. WordPress guys, Amazon Web Services guys, and then you could have people who are shop have an expertise in Shopify. Okay, like you know how to do edits in Shopify, you know how to manage things in Shopify, and HTML, people who have a great knowledge of HTML, PHP, Node.js, React.js. Okay, people who are not from this background, guys, don't think about it. Okay, what's going on? Okay, who don't have a development field knowledge, don't think about what's going on. So web development is a very good choice if you want to go into the market and learn about it. The next thing that I want to say, okay, we just talked about we just talked about web developer. The next thing is affiliate marketing. Okay, seventh is a affiliate marketing or a affiliate marketer. Affiliate marketing and affiliate marketer works in a way. Okay, affiliate marketing, let's use the word affiliate marketing, is you don't own a product. Okay, in e-commerce or drop shipping, you or basically let's say in e-commerce you had to own a product. Affiliate marketing is where you don't own a product and you make money, you make commission based on referring people. The more you refer people to buy that product, the more you refer people to become a consumer of that product, the more commissions you will make. Okay, so if you are referring to 10 people about about a product, so you make commission. Okay, you make this is basically a commission based business. Okay, a commission based business, commission for referrals. Okay, you get commission for referrals. Okay, so the more the more commissions you make. You could refer like books. Okay, again you could refer digital product as well as physical product. If you're going for a digital product, I would recommend you to check out these two websites. If you're doing for digital product, it's jvzoo.com, and then there is called as clickbank. Okay, so the another site is clickbank.com. These are the two sites that I would recommend you, so do check it out. Okay, if you wanna grow with affiliate marketing, with this is just for digital product, this is not for physical product. And if you want to promote physical product, yes, you have to check out Amazon partners. Okay, so if you want to check out physical product, do check out Amazon affiliates option, Amazon partners option, Amazon influencer option. Okay, there are a lot of ways of how you could make money via Amazon promoting physical product for your audience. And yes, if you are a creator, let's say if you're a creator who has a good presence in the market, you would see that a lot of brands are approaching you for sponsorships, and you could charge for those sponsorship. So for that to be in order to have a very successful affiliate marketing career, you first have to create an audience. That's one of the most important priority of affiliate marketing. So this was point number 7. Okay, let's move to point number 8. So we have talked about affiliate marketing, we have talked about influencers, we have talked about a lot of businesses these days which are being online. But why are we not talking about SaaS is a business that I am also a part of. So SaaS is a very simple business, very simple to understand business. SaaS is where you create software. Okay, SaaS business stands for software as a service, and you create softwares for, let's say, a specific set of audience, and you make money from that set of audience. Now, what am I saying? Am I gone mad? So yeah, it seems a bit complicated, but let me tell you, you create a software rather than creating the software for someone else. As a software developer, you create, manage, and market this software by your own. So you come up with a product idea. After you are done with your product idea, uh, when you have a product idea, you make sure that this product idea is implementable, usable. For example, if I see a problem, I create a software for that thing. Now, basically, the software that I'm using to make content like this is called Google Jamboard. Okay. Now, Google Jamboard is a product by Google which helps you to write content on your screen, like whiteboard option. Now, this Jamboard is like a SaaS product. Okay, because it is helping me to solve a problem of doing a whiteboard stuff on my computer. So this is how you come up with product idea, and then you do marketing. You could always have a look if you are looking for some inspiration over product idea. You could have a look over this website called as Product Hunt. Okay, you could have a look over this website called as Product Hunt. You could have a look over this website called as AppSumo. Okay, and you could have a look over this website called as Product Hunt, AppSumo, and there is some other websites that we have in place. uh, okay, g2.com is also one of the websites that you would see. Okay, Captera is another website. You could have a look over all this website and see the newly launched product and get an idea of how this SaaS economy work, how this SaaS businesses work. People come up with an idea that is in contrast to solve a problem, and for that service they actually get money. Okay, now let's come to the, what was this? This was the eighth. Okay, now let's talk about the ninth business. Okay, so ninth business is something very not so simple. Okay, not so simple, but yeah, not so complicated. Okay, so it's called as management. Okay, like a social media management, but this would be something like a different social media management. You work with people in each specific category to help them as like their assistants or something like that. Okay, so this is like, I could say, social media assistants. Okay, or social media assistant. It would fall into a way of freelancing, but a social media assistant is basically a very different person. Okay, social media assistant is someone who helps to help you with email marketing, with like all the projects that he can do. So you work with a call like 2 3 people at a time who are in a specific niche. If they are doing e-commerce, you help them in inventory management, you help them run ads. Okay, so social media assistant is also like something really in demand. And now it comes down to the the last business. Okay, it is selling your expertise online. Okay, selling your expertise online. Now, uh, selling your expertise online can be a very broad term, but I just want to put it out in a way like you could do create your course. Okay, you could create your course. You could be a consultant. Okay, uh, you could be a course creator, a consultant. Okay, you could be an expert. Okay, for a specific business. So how this business works is, I have a lot of knowledge when it comes to agency management, agency growing. Now I help other people to grow their agency, and I do this by offering my own course and then offering my consultation services. So for getting on a call, I would charge XYZ amount, and after charging this XYZ amount, which would be like $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 per hour, I charge as a consultant. I charge for every hour that I spend with my client, or basically I charge for a course, and I ask people to pay for the course, and that's how this business works. So selling your expertise in a form of course as a consultant, as an expert, is also a business that you could do, and it does not require, like, if you already have a knowledge about any specific field, you could always help people to learn those skills and master out those skills. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope that you would like this series. There would be some more topics that maybe I could add in the description, so do check it out. All the links that I've mentioned and I have done is something that's really in demand. Don't forget to subscribe this channel, and if you're looking for a course to enroll right now for agency building, for agency management, and for growing your agency, do check out the link in the description. The course is available now, and you could enroll it at just $4.99. If the price increase, maybe you are just bit delayed to watch those. So become an enroller part of Agency Growth Secrets before the prices goes up. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and do let me know what do you consider enrolling in and becoming a part of. Like, what skill do you want to take in future, and what business you want to do after watching this video. Okay, thanks a lot.